Oh my god, I opened the wrong game. I opened the wrong game. Let's launch the actual game. The reason why we're here is for more blueprints. Hi, everybody. How's it going? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm battling a little bit of a headache, so I don't know how this is going to go, but I really wanted to play more blueprints. So, here I am. I mean, y'all already know what we're going for. We're really trying to figure out this rough draft. I sat and thought about it for a while, and I don't really think I understand, but I know where I want to start. And I'll leave the game open while we do this, because I think this is going to be, like, it's going to be a lot of, like, looking at the notes that I already took, which is why they're up right now, which they're not really. Okay, yes, and then let's zoom you in. Perfect. Okay, so I think I thought too much into it. I think I was going too much, because I started to count, like, y'all saw me when I counted it earlier in the last part. I was counting, like, number of doors. I was counting how many different, like, you know, lights come in, blah, blah, blah. I think I was thinking too much about it. I feel like we need to just start with the vestibule. And that's, like, it all leads to the vestibule, right? Because it says 3 lights convene, 3 lights move into the vestibule. Like, that's it. Oh, well, I should close the episode of, I started an Avatar rewatch this weekend. It was still up on my phone, and I got distracted. But anyway, blueprints. So, the poem that we found in the library, from prism pristine, 3 paths convene, 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. So I think what that's saying is that I need to do... There's 3 paths of the lights that I need to somehow, like, traverse all the way to the bottom, I guess. Actually, I guess so. From prism pristine, but does that mean, okay, so the paths convene, that much I know. From prism pristine, is that the entrance hall? So, or no, is it all the prism? It's all these, I think. Like, this is the prism, the pristine, and the prism is the full spectrum of the color. That's at least how I learned it in physics. We can talk about physics another time. But as far as I know, that's the only way, the only line where something doesn't repeat. So, yeah, because that's got multiple R's, that's got multiple P's, that's got multiple G's, that's got multiple O's, multiple Y's, multiple P's, multiple P's, multiple Y, multiple Y. A lot of R's, a lot of red, a lot of red, a lot of red, and double red. Okay. I guess that could mean prism pristine. So that could mean that that's there. Okay. I don't fully understand. Okay, let's just do one of these. So, if we go, maybe it does matter with the doors. Maybe? Because I can't, okay, so like if I'm starting here, right, from the back, just like a maze, start from the back. We go here into the chapel. We go above the chapel. We go over here to the archives. then into the archives. That's 2 rooms. Would we then count the foyer? Or would it be like a shoop shoop? Because I think we have to get... But that doesn't really make sense either. Okay. Hold on. So... I don't even know what I want to write here. Okay, so I have a lot of thoughts swimming through my head, and I haven't been taking my meds, so my focus is like all over the place. Okay. So, to make this make sense, we should start from the back. Correct. Cool. Good. That is correct. What we have to do then, I think, is... Does it say anything about specifically, like, walking, or... 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. It's lines of light. And they're paths. So, yeah. I think it has to be... And you can't walk through a wall, you can't get light through a wall. So, like... I think that means that we go around any doors that have... Oh, I hope that... Uh-oh. Okay, I'm back. We should be fine. We should be fine on audio. I just tested it. I just need to be very careful to not do that with my mic again. Okay, so... I think... Maybe what we need to do is just draw a path from orange, like, from the orange in the vestibule to the orange that's on the prism, which is down here, maybe? And see what happens. And, like, when we can pass through doors to get to them, we do, I guess? So, let's start there. So, maybe I should start from here, just to make it easier, because I don't know if the order of the rooms is going to matter at all. Yeah, let's do that. So, the orange path. We start here. You can see my mouse, right? Yeah, now you can. We start here, and then we don't go in this room because the storeroom is not, like, there's no way out. So we go up over here into the cloister. So that'll be the first room. And then we don't go into the East Wing Hall because there's no way to go there. So we go straight to the outside the observatory, outside the dining room, for a door into the dining room. So dining room, I guess. The corridor, then go around the outside of the music room up to here, and then we go foundation to get to this side, it looks like. So foundation, trophy room, don't go in, because we have to only pass through one hue, is what it looks like. So around the outside, and then we wouldn't go in here either because these lead to purple, so it'd be just, yeah. So skip that. We don't go into the gym. We go up into the foyer. No, don't go into the foyer. Go around the foyer into the archives. Over to the top of the chapel and then into the vestibule. Okay. Let's do that again for red. I don't know how I feel about this. Because how will I know? Okay, let me look at the poem again. From prism pristine, 3 paths convene, 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. 3 colors to count a sum of 18? Maybe that's how I double check it. Because the only thing... Oh, there goes the washer. Or the dryer. Hold on, let me see if I can close the door before that gets annoying. Okay, I think that's fine. Ugh. Okay, so... But the one left hidden remains to be seen. I don't know what the one left hidden remains to be seen means, but... Okay. I think... Let's keep going, and maybe... If the rooms add up to 18, I'll feel pretty good about this path, but I'm super unsure about that. So let's... So we got red? Yeah. Red... Skip these rooms. Cloisters first again. I don't know how I feel about that. Skip the East Wing Hall. Over to the lavatory. Spare bedroom. Around the parlor? Oh shit, did I make a wrong turn? I might have. Because if I go... No? Entrance hall. Library. Through the cloister. We can't go through to this part or to this part because we passed purple and orange on the way. Oh. So around the parlor, up into the den. Or, not into the den, outside the den. Through here. Finally, we can go through the pool. This path seems like it sucks. And then into the vestibule? What? That skipped like every room. I guess we'll try the purple. No, I don't need to write down. Vestibule. Purple. Okay, so we start here. We go up through the drawing room. And then we go around the solarium, around the nook, up toward the passageway, and then there's a couple ways that we can go. I think maybe we have to... Yeah, so we have to go here, and then go around the passageway in the dark room. Don't go in. Conference room through the den? Maybe? And then we go around through the furnace. Not through the furnace, around the furnace. What? Because... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I only have 10 rooms. Something went wrong. Am I thinking of it the wrong way? Purple. So there's a violet into the drawing room. Then we can't go into the hallway, so we gotta go around the solarium. The kitchen doesn't lead to purple. The trophy and billiard rooms don't lead to purple. Maybe we have to go West Wing passageway? I guess, yeah. I mean, I'll add those two and see if it changes anything, but I don't think it does. I guess if you have to take the doorways that come up no matter what, then it makes sense. Purple, the conference room doesn't make sense. The den. We do go into the den, I think. And then around... Oh, shit. Hold on, my phone's on my desk, sorry. God, I should have prepared more for this. If we go around the den, the furnace, and then, I mean, I guess no matter where we go this way, it doesn't really make a difference, but I feel like... Oh. I think we pump room. Okay. So now I have cloister, dining room, well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That still doesn't add up to 18. Maybe I need to redo the red with what I know now. Because a lot of the red was just confusing to me. Okay, so skip that because it can't go anywhere. So I go here, skip that one too. Can't go into the spare bedroom, so go around. Can't go into the parlor. This doesn't lead me anywhere, but I hate that it's here. It's definitely a red herring. It's gotta be. Red doesn't fit into the conference room or the den. Doesn't fit into the servants' quarters. It does fit into the pool, but I wrote that one down. Oh, wait. I can also... Red. Gym. Archives. Then pool? And then I go to the vestibule? So that adds up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, let's look at the orange one more time. Cloister. Then I can't go into the East Wing Hall. Can't go in here. Can't go in here. I can't go through the gallery because there's no light down there that would make that make sense. Because I can't go anywhere else from this one. So I think this one is a red herring. Maybe. I don't know. Dining room. Because if this is yellow, and this is yellow, and this is purple, and this is red, like, none of the lights work. Unless maybe I count going through the gallery and back up? I mean... maybe? I don't know. I wrote it down as a question mark. Down into the gallery, back up, dining room, go through the door to the upper part, go in here, go up through the foundation, down and around the trophy room and the billiard room, around the outside of the West Wing Hall over to one side of the gym, up above the gym, skip the foyer, through the archives, through the chapel, into the vestibule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But I couldn't find any other rooms. Well, I guess... so if we add the vestibule to each run, it does do 18. Because I genuinely, for the other ones, I couldn't see any other way to go. And I went through all of them like a couple times, I think. Unless there's 3 more rooms on purple for some reason. Let me try that. So through the drawing room. Is there anywhere else to go? No. Around the solarium. Up into here. Through here. And then we dip this way. West Wing Hall. Through the passageway. And go here. Here. Through the den. Around here. Through the pump room. Around here and into the vestibule, I guess. No, I didn't see any other way to go. Ay. Okay, so what does that get us then? Maybe I mean it does say paths, so maybe I have to walk all 3 paths when I get in. Yikes. Okay. Well, actually, before I do that, hold on. Let me go ahead. I'm just gonna get this, ready to go. So that y'all can see it, and I can, make sure that y'all can see it. Let's do that. And then... I should just pick up my mic more. This is fun. It's kind of fun. It's right in front of my face. Okay, so do we have this? Okay, so I need to just format this. Okay, I think that's how it is, and then maybe can we make it a little bit big? Yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, perfect. Lock that in place so I don't accidentally move it, and then there we go. Let's get this bread. Ladies, let's get this bread. Yeah, so I started an Avatar The Last Airbender rewatch yesterday, and I've already finished season 1. Show's so fucking good. I think it's only on Paramount, which is unfortunate because, like, I hate the fact that we have 18 different streaming services, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. Yeah, if you have Paramount, though, it's just sitting there, waiting for you. Oh, how many days? Okay, I have 3 days left of the Blessing of the Monk. So, I mean, I gotta figure this out. Or I gotta be prepared to get... Excuse me. Or I gotta be prepared to figure out more of the Blessing stuff. Which is, I guess, fine. It's just annoying more than anything. Open. I didn't ever pay attention to that middle room, but it looks interesting to me for some reason. Okay. So, which one am I gonna do first is the question. I guess we can start with the first one I wrote down, so orange. So that means I go this way. Brutal to take away 3 steps right at the beginning. That's cuckoo. Okay. So we got this one, skip that room, this light, go through here, into, so now we are above the cloister, do not go into the East Wing Hall, follow all 3 of these lights, loop over to here, go into the dining room, through the dining room, and then I go this way. Boom. Boom. Now I go through the foundation. Out this door. Yep. Don't go into the trophy room. Go around the trophy room. and the billiard room. And then... Okay, so I'm on the other side of the billiard room. We go around the West Wing Hall, around the gym, through here. Do not go into the foyer. Go here, through the archives, up, through the chapel, into the vestibule. Oh my god! What? This was not the true path. What are we talking about? So do I have to try all 3? Oh, fuck. Okay. I mean, I guess I can try the rest of them. Because that was the most rooms. Fuck it. Let's try all 3. Okay, so that I am at the vestibule, which means I need to get down to the red path, I think. I wonder if it'll let me. Because what if it doesn't... Oh, what if it only lets me do 1 color a day? Oh, no. Okay, I guess this will be a good way to test it. Because I am a little worried that it might just be like, well, you did your 1. Good job. Okay. So the next one is going to be red, which starts just before it takes away my steps, which is phenomenal. You're blue, and you're red. Okay. So we go through here, to the right, to the left, through the cloister, and then we go around, around, around. Is this the spare bedroom? Yes. Okay. And it's the cloister than the gym, which is on the other side. So now we go... Where the fuck am I? I just went to the spare bedroom, so this should be the parlor. Yep. And then through here. And here. And then here. 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 Oh shit. Is this the gym? Yes! Okay, and this wall is blocked off. That makes so much more sense. Seeing that makes a ton more sense. Okay, so then, that was the gym. The next room should be the archives. So, we go boom, boom, this part of the archives. And then from there, chapel is right here. Then we go through the pool to this light. And then we go around and into the... It does let me do multiple paths a day. Sweet. Oh my god. You're joking. Okay. I mean, good to know that it lets us do multiple paths a day. Okay. So, oh god. Okay. I'm in the hallway again. Let's go around and back to the beginning, and we'll do the purple path, and then I guess I just got unlucky. The message wasn't different. It said, this is not the true path, and that's what it said the whole time. So, I think we're good there. It's not going to be like each path has a different part of the message or anything like that. So we should be fine there. You're the observatory. Which means I'm at rank 3 right now. I need to get to purple, which is not that way. You're the dining room. And then you would be the drawing room. Okay, so on the other side of the drawing room, but I can't get down that way. Drawing room. And then the yellow light is here. The maid's chamber is right here where the purple light starts. Oh. Oh, that's... Huh. Okay. Maid's chamber? I might have done this wrong. Drawing room. Through the drawing room. Over here. Around the solarium. The nook is here. Don't go into the kitchen. Go up here. Okay, so this is where I get confused. So, I guess I've got to skip, because this is purple, and then this is purple. But then, that was the billiard room, this is the hallway, or the West Wing hall. Yes, because the candle's toppled over. So I go in here, through here, and then I have to go through the passageway. Huh, okay. So through the passageway. And I'm in purple again. And then I can go to this light through the from the dark room, go through here, and then the conference room, and the den, and I have to go through here too, huh? Okay, so maybe I just missed the fact that the maid's chamber was a part of the path. I don't know how I would have missed that, but okay, so the furnace is a dead end, so I gotta go pump room here, and then that's blocked off too. So then I need to go this light all the way around to this part, and then the door should be purple. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. This was not the true path. What the fuck? This was not the true path. How were all of them not the true path? Okay, wait, hold on. What did the poem say again? From prison pristine, 3 paths convene, 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen, right? 3 colors to count a sum of 18. I don't know if the sum was actually 18 or not, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Fuck. Maybe there's something in the words that they are? Left. Seek. Oh, I don't even think I did that for the orange. Okay, so then fuck the gallery, because the gallery wasn't a part of it. And if that's the case, then that solves the problem that I had with the counting, because I'm pretty sure vestibule counts. So that means that between the drawing room, or no, before the drawing room. Okay, so that means that the orange path, left, light, A, through lantern light. Left light A through lantern light. Okay. Left to through a light. The Wii The Wii. Ah, the answer is Nintendo. No, I'm kidding. The Wii hue of light. The Wii hue of light. Huh. Okay, so that was kind of just gibberish. Interesting. I did do this, right? I have the word, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, this one was hard. Yeah, I don't want to look at that again. Is it the letters, maybe? Maybe the letters make a difference? Hold on. Let's look at that again. So if we go M O R T H E. M-O-R-T-H-E? I mean, M-O-T-H-E-R is mother. Orive was a mother. That's, I'm grasping at straws. She was a potential mother. No. M-P T-Y-E. M-P-T-Y-E? My Tep? Let's just move on. Drawing room. No, maids first, so L-E-F-O-S N-E. L-E-F-O-S-N-E. What was the L again? Oh. Yeah, it's definitely blessed and not breast there. So I think that one's fine as is. I mean, mother definitely made sense. S-O-N, sun, feel? And then what was the other one? It was, that was the red path. So M P T Y E. My pet? Mother, feel, son, my pet? Okay. What did she call us in well, not us. What did she call Grandpa Simon in the other book? Ah, fuck. I didn't take a picture of it. I don't think she said my pet, though. I would have felt weird about that. I think she said my darling or my boy or something like that. I probably need to go get steps anyway, so it's probably best that maybe I go look at the library book again if I can get it. Yeah, let's see if I can maybe get a ton of steps. Because I think as long as... if there's something else that I need to come back here for, I would rather get it done, like, before I'm in dire straits and can only have, like, a day or two to get the things that I need. So let's go back to the main house. Ouchie wouchie, that fucking hurt. Thank you, game. And maybe we can get the library and just... chop rooms. Maybe we can get the library and just look at that book again. Because if she calls her son my pet, or something like that, maybe that means something. I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe if we can find those exact words. Ooh, commissary right away is great. Running shoes? No, I wouldn't get that lucky again. I will take the shovel and the set of gems. Unfortunate, because I love the running shoes in this part of the game. I don't remember what I was saying. Let's give you the gift shop here, I guess. This can be a straightforward... Well, it's the kitchen, and the kitchen is what I need the most. So we're going. We're gonna get the club sandwich and all the bananas we can carry. Thank you. And then maybe we'll get the tomato soup later. I don't know. That one's kind of up in the air. I need to have enough red rooms to make it worth it, which is usually just 2. Let's do the laboratory here. I want to check the staff announcements. I hope I haven't run out, but I think I have. Log into network. Swan Song. Okay. Staff services. Staff announcements. Nah, it's just more telling everybody to be patient again. Which sucks. Stop being patient. I want to hear from y'all. Okay, let's log out. I could look at experiments, I guess. I don't know how they would really help me. Add 3 aquariums, set your dice to 2, gain 1 star. I mean, I guess gain 1 star is fine. You know, just in case I need to do some kind of specialty drafting in the main house, then I won't have to really worry about the randomness of it, because I'll have the inkwell. Well, I guess if I get an observatory at that point. Okay, library is what I'm looking for because I want to reread that book. But I think I have the most basic ways of getting steps locked down. So, that's good. Ooh, I forgot this was upgraded. There you are, library. You little rascal. Give me that book. Okay, and this stayed in place. My dearest, darling son, I'm quite impressed. I didn't expect you to make it this far. Yet if these words have reached your eyes, rest assured the end of the spiral is near. Stay vigilant and rose-wary. What the fuck does rose-wary mean? For the thorn... I guess wary of roses. For the thorns we discover are twice as sharp at the conclusion of each of our journeys. One final counsel I leave you. The waters of the West Spring shall yet reveal more secrets than these mere passages. I had so many plans, but not enough dreams. Your mother, Orave. I mean, son and mother do come up in this, but my pet does not. My darling, my dearest darling son. It does kind of suck that that message was reserved for Grandpa Simon. And there's nothing else hidden here. Yeah. Yeah, it does kind of suck that Herbert had to find that message and just, like, be cool about it, essentially. And just not really have any... Because it's not like he could say anything. Oh, shit, this is locked. It's not like he could find her and say anything, because at that point, she had already been gone. So it's like, what do you do? He just kind of had to sit there and be like, oh, my mom didn't want me to have this secret. My mom wanted my brother to have this secret. And as someone with a lot of brothers, that shit would suck. It pissed me off, honestly. If I was in Herbert's shoes, I would not have been the nicest about it. Should I go ahead and buy the tomato soup? How does it work? 5 steps for every red room in the house. Let's go ahead and buy it, because I don't know if I'll come back here. Because the library was the big thing that I wanted. I don't think it has anything to do with the letters, unless those words come up later, but I don't think we're having to worry about, like, any other hidden messages or anything like that. Maybe it's something in the rooms along the way. Maybe I should have been paying attention to that. Like, maybe some of the pictures are the same or something. I'm not entirely sure. I so wish I had the running shoes, dude. Oh. That wasn't as painful as before. Huh. Okay. So maybe if I go along the orange path. Let's start with the orange path again. So, skip the storeroom, go through here into the cloister. Now, what's in here? A comb and a cob. Comb and a cob. Is there anything else that looks like it's not part of the background? The Morajai box isn't part of the background. And it has the orange guy on it. Is that part of it? There's no fucking way. Okay. Comb, cob, orange on the Morajai box, and red on the Morajai box. Please let me be wrong. I don't want it to be this. I really don't. I thought I was grasping at straws, but now I fear I may have been correct, and I'm gonna be so pissed if I am. Orange and range So it's not the pictures. And the only other things in the room that stand out are the Morajai boxes. What do you have on you? You're fully orange. Does it have to do with the color? What? No, I need to double check this whole thing. If I had to pay attention to the color of the Morajai box, I'm gonna be so mad. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm just gonna be like, I just can't fucking believe. Okay, through here, into the foundation. What are the pictures here? Pot, steam and stream. So no recurring pictures. You're also all orange. This is... What? I literally... I am shook. Oh my god. I mean, it really was just like... Literally just trial and error, huh? I mean, if this is it. I'm kind of assuming a lot, but... I mean, it's convoluted enough that I'm like, I see you, Blueprints devs. That's so crazy. If this is it, I'm gonna be fucking, like, shook. Fully shook. Trot and rot. Where's the box? Where is the box? Oh. Red and orange. Okay. Orange light. Orange light. The chapel. Fully orange. That's crazy to me. Orange. You're orange. And you have an orange on you. Okay, so then... If that... Okay. Hold on. So you're here? This was not the true path. Okay. So... What was the poem again? One left hidden remains to be seen. What would be the hidden one? Wait, what's on this one? What's on this box? Arinda Aries. The one that was literally erased from history. The one left hidden. Fuck, that's good. God. That's so... That's so good, but so bad. Oh my god. Okay. So... That fuck. That means I have to find... a path... with the Arinda Aries sigil... on it? Is that... Oh, fuck, I didn't even know the color of the fucking Morajai box matters? That's crazy. Okay, so we know the vestibule has one. But there's no... The shades. It's a shade. Shades are dark. Shades are grayish, blackish. We seek what's hidden in the shade of truth. Oh my god. There's no way that's related though, right? We seek what's hidden in the shade of truth. The shade? Fuck. But no, that can't be related. Actually, hold on. I'm taking a step back. I'm taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture. Mary would not have known about this part because Herbert doesn't know about this part. Because it says in the letter that Herbert could not figure out what the hell his mom was talking about. Because he didn't have the... But how would he not have the key from the tunnel that would lead to the thing that was hidden in... So he had to have known. Right? Because the key to the tunnel led to the file cabinet that was underground, past the gear puzzle. That key was in the tunnel, which Mary had put the copy of the book Blueprints at the end of. So Mary and Herbert would have to know that that exists. So there's no way Herbert didn't make the connection. Unless he wrote that letter and then made the connection later. But also everything here is written in that rosary, that rosy stationery. So maybe he left... Maybe... I feel like he would have made the connection, though. There's part of my brain that's like, well, maybe he just didn't make the connection because he didn't, like... There is actually a world where he didn't make the connection because his mom didn't, like, share the same kind of love of puzzles, or like his mom didn't share that world with him. So he kind of started developing it on his own, and then he was like, well, I'm not going to ever understand my mom's puzzles because she wasn't telling them to me. I don't know. Did Herbert know? Either way, I don't think We Seek What's in the Shade of Truth is related to that. But also, this is the thing that's talking about the shade of truth, because it says, through lantern light and sketches, cast a tint of truth to find our path, a hue of wisdom to turn us right, a shade of rain to pass the light. Through lantern light and shadows past, we seek what's left of the lies we cast. Wait. No, it's gotta be, because the lie was about Orinda Aries. The lie was about Fen Aries, really. But, like, because the history books that Fen Aries has written, evidenced by the book by Caleb Manning, have shown that they are trying to erase the idea of Orinda Aries as a state. They're trying to make it seem like Fen Aries was always Fen Aries. Maybe that's what it means by the lies we cast? I don't fully understand. But then also, how does that go into the prism? Because maybe it doesn't. Oh God, I don't know. Okay, I'm speculating too much. So right now, what I know we have, the black dot is the one that seems to matter the most, because if we're talking about the three lights convening, they convene into the Morajai box in the vestibule. It would also make sense that Orinda Aries is the one that it would make sense that Orinda Aries is the one that stuck around. No, hold on. Words are not making sense to me right now. I'm trying to say one thing. It would make sense that Orinda Aries is the one that's hidden, because it says the one left hidden, and there are no lights that are turned off here, so there's nothing that would be considered like black. There's not a blue light in the Morajai box, so I think what we have to do is we have to map a path in the beginning of what rooms have a black Orinda Aries sigil on it. And then that's where we start. Maybe. I don't fully know. You're all red, so I don't care about you. Where's the box in this one? Oh. You're all blue. I will put a tentative blue here. Let's get out of the pantry. The entrance hall is all yellow. I don't care about that. The maid's chamber, it's all purple. I don't care about that. And you're all green. So maybe it is blue. Huh. But then where would I go from the pantry? Huh. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I just keep going with this line of logic. Because maybe the lights were supposed to lead me to the Morajai, because that was what was hidden. The Morajai boxes was what was really hidden throughout the path. So you're all green. That doesn't matter to me. Drawing room. You have purple, so that doesn't matter. Gallery is next. This way, yep. Where's the box? You have blue? The gallery? Yeah, gallery has blue, so we'll do that. From the gallery, we need to look at the library. That should have been a signal for me to come back to that part. Because there's no books in here. On the pedestals. Fuck, I should have thought of that. Anyway, I think the box was up here. Yeah, there we go. You're also blue. In the library. So, oh shit. Okay, there we go. We're fine. I fixed it. Okay, so that is the library. Okay, real quick, I am actually gonna pause here because I need to go switch my laundry pretty bad because my blanket takes forever. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That took longer than I expected. Can't wait to cut that out. Cannot wait to cut that out. So, you're all blue. Cool. Yeah, so I got my laundry, switched it over. I got a snack. I got a drink. I did not take a bath or a nap. I instead just made sure that I had water for today. You know? This one shouldn't have any blues. Yeah, it's only got the heart. Okay, so I'm kind of seeing a path from there. Do you have any? You're all blue as well in the East Wing Hall, so let's put that there. Is there... Let's check the rest of the rooms. You're also all blue. See, I knew there was a lot of, like, all blue ones for a hot second, so... I'm wondering if maybe there will... Whoa! How am I already at 16 steps? What the hell happened? I feel like there's like a counter in the game that randomly takes away steps in this part. Maybe I'll figure that out when I edit. But that is kind of fucked up, honestly. Is this the dining room? Yeah, let's check. You're all orange, so that doesn't matter.
Hallway. All blue. And I checked the drawing room? That didn't have any blue on it? No, it's all purple. Huh. Okay, real quick. Before we finish up this day, what's going on with you? You're all green, doesn't matter. Wait. These vying plans forge barren crest among Huam blessed. These vying plans, it's all there. Is that a hint? Because if we're looking at like the blessed, the sacred, the rough draft, like this one unique version of the house, these vying plans forge. So I think it's saying that these plans will form a path with the Baron's crest throughout the house. Yeah. So I think that's supposed to be a hint for this puzzle that I'm doing right now, which is so cool and crazy, and I can't believe that I just realized that. Okay, so we'll dip back out and then back in. Make sure it says the secret passage, and we'll end for the day. I'm gonna need a lot of steps, but I think we have a path forward. For now, at least. I'm gonna do another day because I need to map out more of these. So I've checked all of rank 3. Yeah, I've checked ranks 1 through 3. That's figured out. Don't need to worry about the rest. My question is how I'm gonna know the right path to go. I'm assuming whichever path like leads to the vestibule, but it's gonna be a very interesting path anyway because of how I have to go through the house to get through it. So, okay, let's go back immediately. Oh no. Somehow already out of water too. Don't know how that happened, but sure. Okay, so we have 2 more days with the blessing of the monk. Will we be able to do this within 2 days? Okay, run. Yep, still hurts. Still hurts every time I see that. So this is the dining room. Oh shit, I just remembered that really annoying section where the laundry room is. I'm gonna have to go through that. Okay, let's start with the lavatory over here. No blue. The music room is next. All blue. Music room is blue. Okay. Is the corridor blue? Yes. Okay. Is the kitchen? Can't fucking get to the kitchen right now. But I can through here. Kitchen. You are all orange. And the nook is gonna be right here. Oops, wrong way. Green. What is your Moragi? All purple. Cool. Now I'm at the Nook right now. This is the billiard room. Let's just go up from here. You're all red. Doesn't matter. Trophy room. You're all white. I think the trophy room was the only white one. Foundation. All orange. Ballroom. I wish you had your power right now, ballroom. All blue. Huh. Okay. Spare bedroom. Also all blue. This path is interesting for sure. I don't really know how I'm supposed to go through it. Wait a second. We seek what's... Well, lantern is just there, but in the shade of... Truth. We seek what's in the shade of... Truth. What the fuck? Okay. I don't know if that means anything. We're moving on for now because I have way too many questions and not enough answers. Okay, so I'm at the spare bedroom right now. If I go south, there's a bunch of red. North, north it gets purple. So let's go parlor room. You are all green. Does not matter. Next. Next would be the hallway closet. The only way in is through the top. You're all orange, doesn't matter. This one is the... There we go. You're all orange, doesn't matter. Passageway is next. Passageway is going to be all purple, doesn't matter. All purple, doesn't matter. I think the only way to get to the laundry room is through this way. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, laundry room is all purple, doesn't matter. Should have known that wasn't gonna matter, but whatever. Now let's go back because I did this rank, rank 4. No, wait, I did this rank with the dark room. Yeah, because the laundry on rank 7 is the one that's a pain in the ass to get to. So I did the West Wing. Wait, but then how do I get to the... Because parlor didn't have it, hallway didn't have it, dark room didn't have it. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so I did the West Wing Hall. I just did the laundry, so the gym would technically be next. I'm at the dark room. Shit. Let's go this way. Through here. There. Okay, now I'm at the bottom of the passageway, so I'll go up through here. This is the guest bedroom? Yes. And you are not what I need. The guest bedroom. And then the conference room should be here. You don't have what I need. You're all yellow. The den. You're all purple. Okay. So the gym would be the last one for this rank. Ooh, I gotta go get steps. Holy shit, that was... Glad I looked. Glad I looked, because I got a little too wrapped up in it. Okay, so I stopped at the gym, but I did everything else in that rank. It's concerning me that I can't find any more blues. Maybe I can use the purples as like a substitute blue or something? I don't know if that's real. Just so I can make sure. Yeah, no, you're red. Okay. So maybe at that point the lantern light color actually doesn't matter. Like, I start at the blue lantern, sure. But then after that, it's just about the Moragi. Because it's hidden. It's a hidden shade. Blue is the hidden shade. Which doesn't super make sense to me lore-wise. But if it had been Orinda Ares as the hidden shade, lore-wise I would have been like, oh, yeah. Of course. Like, of course. Fuck. Give me the dining room. The game has seen through my tricks. This might be very bad if I don't get the kitchen soon. Okay, breakfast nook. Breakfast nook probably saved me. Probably saved my ass. There's Mount Holly gift shop. What we got here? Laundry room, break room, wine cellar. Okay. Kind of clicked that out of instinct, but it worked out. I would say it worked out. Let's see what's above here. Den is fine. I won't go in yet, though. Let's save that for later. And then we'll run this way. And do the other two doors in here. I also forgot to grab my allowance, which would have been very sad for when I did get to the commissary. Running shoes? Damn. Okay, but you do have a salt shaker and a sledgehammer and a shovel. So let's do all those. I don't have a hallway yet. So that's good. And there's the kitchen. Nice. Let's go into the kitchen. Club sandwich. Ooh, the salt shaker is going to help us a lot. Salt shaker. All the bananas that you got for that. Cool. Next. Let's do break room and hope the math doesn't fucking break me like it did last time. Okay, so we got 12. Plus 4 is 16. Minus 5 is 11. Times 2 is 22. Divided by 11 is 2. What in the name? Okay. This sucks. Negative 10 squared is 100. Invert it is 1. Minus 10 is negative 9. Square it 81. Invert it 18. Minus 10 is 8. Square it is 64. Invert it is 46. Minus 40 minus 4 is 2. Oh, eat my ass. Okay. This one was 2. Oh, I was supposed to invert it after square it and invert it. So 2 squared is 4. Okay. Eat my ass, I say, as I completely say, just do the wrong math. Let's do the hallway closet. It's a good amount of gems. Throne of the Blueprints. I don't need that. But thank you? Yeah. Let's do the bedroom here, just because this does give me more steps. It kind of sucks to not do the morning room when I had it, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Oh, these are all not great. Steps, please? No. Okay. Well, let's do the laundry room. On the off chance that we get the treasure map, so I can get the last key in the archives and see if that does anything. I don't think I need to. I think that's just like extra content, maybe. Maybe it's just like another way to find a secret that I found on my own. That does happen somewhat often. How is there a compass in here? I just had it available in the shop. Hey, commissary. I don't think you guys have a good business model. You should probably look through the rest of the house before you start selling shit. Observatory. A lot of gems. The sale would have helped earlier. Gem, apple, slice and key. Well, I'll take it. I mean, it's not the best. It's not the worst. Chapel it is. That was an easy one. I'm looking for more steps. Like, I'm looking for... I mean, after this, I get to rank 5. I don't have the boudoir yet, but I could do the boudoir after getting this. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll go here. That'll make me eat the lunchbox. I get another gem. I would love to have the ooh. The other observatory is interesting. Let's do that. I love that I have 2 observatories, by the way. That's phenomenal. The slice, the chests. I will skip the Southern Cross for now. I'll skip that for the time being. Ooh. Yeah. Let's Let's do the trophy room, I guess? I don't know. 10 gems just sounded good. So let's do the trophy room, and then we'll draft here just to see what it is. There's the morning room. I'll take that. But the reason that I did that is because I wanted to get to rank 8. Classroom and planetarium. I think I've looked at both of those blueprints wise. Let's do the classroom just so I can actually go that way. I will step into here. Dinner is served. I'll eat this. I think maybe I'll leave the drafting part for just this moment. I'll leave those where they are, because I think if I get down there and eat the dinner, then I think I'm good to keep going through the rest of, the rest of the rooms in the rough draft, because I don't have a lot left. Are you the one that gives me more for the showroom? Did I do the showroom? No, I did the classroom instead. That's okay. I still get 30 extra steps, which is phenomenal. Oh, 31. Thank you, Salt Shaker. Okay. So, when I get back in there, I leave off at the gym, and that's where I'll start. I do like having the dice, just in case I have to come back in here. Okay. All right, let's go check it out. So we've got the gym, and then all of rank 8 and 9 left to go. Oops, wrong way. Oh, for a second I thought I saw the plank there, and I was like, wait, what? How did I do that? Does it still have the words on it? Yeah, it does. Okay. Interesting. Ouch. Okay, so I need to get to the gym, which I am on the wrong side of the house for, but that's okay, I guess. You are the bedroom? This is not... No, solarium is the end of the house, so that one I know for sure. Okay. Guess I'm not getting there the easy way. The nook... The billiard room is right here. That's the West Wing Hall. So the gym is here. Okay, what do you got? All red. I don't care about you. Foyer. All green. Don't care about you. Pool. All red. Don't care. Servants' quarters. The entrance is from the south, so I need to go all the way around. Arinda areas. Those are all Arinda areas, so that doesn't matter to me. Pump room. All purple. Doesn't matter. Furnace. All blue, which is interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. You don't have any blue, you're all yellow, doesn't matter to me. Coat check. You have blue and black. So... The vestibule doesn't have blue, it has the black sigil. Chapel, what do you have? Orange. Archives. I think has orange and red. Right? Yeah, orange and red. Okay. So what do we have here? Maybe it is we seek what's in the shade of truth, and then I go to the vestibule? There's a random lantern there, though. Let's try that. I don't know, like, what would prompt that, except for the fact that I said it 1,000 times before. Servants' quarters is a south entrance, I think. I can't fucking remember. Den and conference room, I think, go this way. Now I'm at the spare room and the ballroom. Okay, yes, it's this way. So, you're the music room. Yep. I mean, I'll do it. Like, I'll try it just to see what the fuck is happening, but... Okay, so here we go pantry, up through here, gallery, through library, observatory, music room, ballroom, spare bedroom, boom. And then I have to go all the way up to here. Wait, what? 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 Hello? Wait. Wait. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, hello? I'm trapped. I'm trapped. What? What? Game? Game, hello? I know I peeked my mic there. What the fuck is happening? We sequence in the shade of truth. What the fuck? I can't get out. I can't get out. What is that? What does that mean? I can't interact with anything in here. I can't use diamonds or keys or anything. Was I supposed to bring the watering can in here or something? Oh, I hope that's not it. Orinda Aries, Fen Aries, Araja, Arch Aries, Carrerica. I think you're Nuance, you're Morajai. What the hell are you? Vera. Okay, I'm so confused. Hold on, before I do anything, I need to... I mean, it's not like I can get out of it. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Did I do it wrong? I think I was supposed to... I think I did it wrong. I think I broke it. But wait, what happens if I call it a day? Let me out. Oh, this is so fucked. If I lose this... Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't even... There's a box there! Okay, so I loaded 2 rooms at the same time. I think that's what I did. I think I loaded in 2 rooms at the same time. Yeah, because there's a chandelier there that's normally not in the fucking furnace. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I guess I have to call it. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. I thought I was supposed to go into the fucking... Okay. So... I did look that up to figure out where I went wrong. I had everything exactly right, except apparently you're supposed to go from the back of the room.
which I don't fully understand why I was supposed to do that or how I was supposed to know that. But I guess I was just supposed to stay on that wall maybe and not like mess with the other lights. I'm not even entirely sure how I was supposed to know that. I'm gonna look at it again just to be sure. Yeah, it says the back, but how was I supposed to know that? Throughout the game, truth is... Oh, okay. I really did not think about that. A hue of wisdom to turn... Oh, I thought these were all blue. Okay. So I need to think about it. I need to think about it as a, like, in the realm, the logic of the world. So a hue of wisdom to turn us right. Okay, yeah. I think I can understand what exactly went wrong there. I am terrified to go check out there. Because if I didn't end it in the secret passage. I'm so scared. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, I would have had a heart attack if that didn't work. Holy shit. Okay. So, we're back. So from what I read on that page, the hint said something about the orange turned to the right. So I think it has to do with this. It said it had to do with this Moragi solution. Through lantern light and sketches, cast a tint of truth to find our path. A hue of wisdom to turn us right. Oh, Carrerica is wisdom and education, knowledge, which are all entirely different things, but kind of associated together. So right at the orange lights, a shade of rain to pass the light through lantern light. A shade of rain to pass the light through. A shade of rain to pass the light. Like, through is in through. I mean, I guess that makes sense because the path that we have. So it's. We seek what's left of the lies we cast. Phan-Ares is the lie. So left at the light. Or left at the right light. Orange goes right. Right. Left. Left. Through the room. Purple is straight, maybe? Right, right. Purple, right, through, right. Wow. Or left. What was the... Oh, Raj is famous for rain. Yeah, because Herbert mentioned that in the postcard. Okay, so let's do that again. So we got a blue light to start. We go through this blue room. And then we've got a left, or red, so we go left. Orange, so we go right into this room. This is another blue room. I just went with the fucking message of the thing. And that's so cool. Orange goes to the right. Orange goes to the right again. See, now I understand why this works. And it's so cool. I'm like, for a second I was like, I don't fucking know. I'm just kind of guessing. I'm grasping at straws. But this makes so much sense if you think about the actual, like, solution to the puzzle and everything, you know? Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, so right at this one. Right at this one. Now I'm here. Purple, go through. Another blue room. Red left. Through. Through. There is a door here now! That's so crazy! Oh my god. And this is definitely the room that tried to load. That's so fucking funny. Okay, so this is another 46? This is her 46. This is Lady Orave's 46. Oh my god. Wait. What? What's happening? Can I then do that and then... Okay. That worked. And then that worked. Okay, so now switch you, and then move you over like that. What do you got for me? Blue. What? What? The last will and testament of me, the Baroness Orave. I, Orave of Mount Holly, architect, mother, and reluctant baroness, being weak of body but of perfect mind and memory, thanks be to Orinda, do make and ordain this document my last will and testament. As I commit my final wishes to paper, may it be done so in the tapestry and color of my life's work. May it be written under the tree of creativity and in the shade of truth that has sheltered my loved ones from the villainy of country and countrymen. In the same spirit of defiance, I hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore printed on common hueless parchment. I, first, being somewhat religious, give my soul to Rinna, my ashes to Vea, and my remainder to man, as will be detailed in the pages and clauses that follow this foolishly superstitious passage. In the second order, should my husband Baron Thomas Sinclair survive me, I grant to him his choice of sentimental keepsake he may wish to retain in remembrance of me. As our union was never founded on material dependency, I make no provision for his future, nor for my eldest son, Herbert S. Sinclair, as he will in due course inherit his father's titles, enterprises, and fortunes. However, the estate of Mount Holly, its many floor plans and storied secrets, are mine and mine alone to grant, and I have neither pledged nor suggested it will be granted to either of my children. Further details concerning its disposition to follow. I do, in the third order, bestow upon my youngest son, Simon, my library, including its books, manuscripts, and musings. For I have long believed that Simon, much like myself, finds greater delight in the realm of imagination than in the mundane realities of everyday life. I hope he cherishes these books, for within their pages lie doorways to endless worlds of wonder and knowledge. In the fourth order, one that I suspect will intrigue those I have left behind far more than the previous provisions, I hereby bequeath the entirety of the aforementioned estate, Mount Holly, to the individual that discovers the hidden room that contains the blue pages of this document, hence styled the Blue Testament of Orave. It is my firm belief that the challenge of uncovering this secret far outweighs any other measures of worthiness, and thus I entrust my beloved home to that deserving successor, without regard to the years that may pass or their familial connection to my descendants who may have incidentally assumed possession of the estate in the interim. Ouch. In the event that any of my relations or future kin are living on the estate when this worthy successor locates the Blue Testament, measures shall be taken to ensure their continued residence without fear of eviction or forced removal. Well, don't have to worry about that. The estate, being of generous size, is more than capable of accommodating multiple parties without inconvenience. It is with the understanding, however, that preparations for eventual relocation should be made, as such leniency will not be afforded to subsequent generations. I do hereby constitute and appoint my colleague and fellow practitioner of architecture, Quarteress Alicius Aaron of Trinsdale, the exclusive charge and office of executrix of this document. If ever the 46th room of my Mount Holly is discovered, and the Blue Testament of Orave be delivered unto her hands, or unto any of her descendants, I do ordain that they shall bear sole dominion and discretion to override and render null any and all prior arrangements heretofore made in my stead or in the name of my seed. I trust in her and in the generations that follow her to fulfill this role faithfully in steadfast adherence to the wishes laid out in the foregoing pages of this document. Lastly, I leave a final message to my worthy successor, you who have reached this final room. You who unearthed these pages hidden amongst the blueprints, buried beneath cryptic words and the prophecies of the past. You who have spent countless days wandering the chambers and passageways of your own curiosity, scouring for clues, hoping for answers, striving for that which you knew might forever elude you. To you, for whom satisfaction is a fleeting companion. To you, who stands now at the end of your journey, triumphant, exhausted, and justly proud. To you I grant that which, in life, I have given to no other, my esteem. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand this 16th day of April 1952, Orave of Mount Holly. Holy shit. I think we did it. I can't believe I fucking broke it the first time. Is that really, is that... Oh man. Okay. Is that the final though? Oh god, I keep like... I just want to know. Like, I was expecting a cutscene. That's really what I'm thinking about. So, let's see if that was the last established puzzle. Leading to room 46, rough draft, da-da-da. There's a major key hanging on the safe house wall. I knew that was gonna come up. I knew that was gonna come up. It kept saying major key on the safe house wall. That was a blue note too. We seek what's in the shade of truth. If you go through all of them, that's the path that I followed. That's so cool. Oh my god. All 8 words in this sentence can be found in a blue Morajai box in the Mount Holly blueprints, which is remarkable as only 12 of the 45 rooms have blue boxes. The 8 rooms along the hidden path all contain blue Morajai boxes. Blah, blah, blah. Solving the extra Morajai box in room 46 reveals that the word truth has been changed to the word blue. Through lantern light and sketches, cast a tint of blue to find our path. Oh, wait, that's so fucking cool. Blue. That's the end. We did it. So wait, do we like take these to the one person? Like, are we gonna do that too? That's so... oh my god, I did it. I beat Blueprint. That's so... That's so cool. Like, I didn't even expect to find a second will and a second room 46. I just didn't even think about it, really. Like,
Is there anything? Can I open this drawer? Oh, fuck. I was hoping to find something else in here. Wow. Wow. Is that... I mean... What happens if we end the... like, okay, so I've gotten this, right? Did anything change on the collection screen at all? No. What happens if I call it a day here? Because I don't think I have anything else to look through the rest of the house. I also did it exactly in the number of days that we had the Blessing of the Monk. I did that in the exact number of days. Boom, 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 bum, 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 boom, boom. Oh man, this could have a new meaning. Okay, wait, okay. There's a couple things that I want to do, but I want to read this right now. I want to read this right now after reading Lady Orevay's will. Dear Baron, welcome to Mount Holly, your home. I still remember the first time I was addressed by my title. I was quite a bit older than you, but it still felt strange, especially after a lifetime of hearing my father addressed daily by that same title. But life is a journey of growth. Growing up, growing older, growing wiser, and in our case, growing into the Baron of Reddington. The Baron doesn't have to be a daunting figure. He could be quiet and unassuming, or loud, brash, and boisterous. He could be deceptive or trustworthy, humble or boastful, in any measure of other things, but always clever. When I inherited Mount Holly, I never had to prove myself. They just gave me the keys and left it at that. It felt too easy, too trivial, and very undeserved. Experience comes with time, but without validation, I spent the better part of my youth questioning myself. And as I grew older, that lack of conviction and aimlessness amplified. I never really had any goals or objectives to strive toward. I never had any dreams to realize. I never set my sights on something beyond the horizon. I never had a Room 46 to reach. And now that you have reached your goal and are basking in your well-deserved glory, shiny trophy in hand and showered with accolades and titles, will you be content to stop there? Or will you look at the horizon and wonder what dreams lie ahead? Ovin Nevere, Herbert S. Sinclair. I guess he didn't know about the Atelier. I mean, that means, though, that would mean, unless he was trying to, like, hint, hint, nudge, nudge at Simon, that would mean that he didn't have a 46. Like, he was, let me get all three of these, sorry. Because the last thing I want to do is go back and read the blueprints again. But yeah, so it seems like they kind of make it seem like he didn't have a 46, so that means that he didn't get through Lady Orevay's puzzles. But that would mean that Lady Orevay left a lot of stuff behind as hints, which makes sense because that's like part of the design of the house, and that's like how their family works. I just think she bet on the wrong son, honestly. Because, I mean, Herbert took up residence in this house, but Simon was not. I mean, we don't know. We know Herbert had a penchant for puzzles. Like, that's just who he was as a man. Yeah, we know that Herbert had some kind of expertise for puzzles. That was just, like, part of, what... I mean, that was part of him. That was part of who he was. Tunnel area. There we go. Yeah. So, like, it was... I genuinely think that she bet on the wrong son, because giving the stuff to Simon and saying like Herbert was not built for it is not correct. But maybe, I mean, maybe that was I mean, maybe that was supposed to be like, maybe that was how it was. Maybe he was super not interested in puzzles, and then all of a sudden he was interested in puzzles as he grew older. Maybe when Grandpa Simon died, that was when he actually was like, oh shit, maybe I should get my stuff figured out on puzzles. But no, because it was passed down to him by Thomas. So, God, I don't know. I don't know. There's so much, and maybe she was right. Not maybe. I do think she was right to be like, well, he's gonna get the succession, so Simon's gonna get the puzzle, because otherwise Simon would get nothing, and he gets my books, he gets my puzzle, he gets my little article thing that he can do whatever he wants with, and then it just got buried. But yeah, God, my head is swimming with information. So what we know, I mean, Lady Orve had her own Room 46 that was put behind the rough draft. But then throughout her life, it seems like she was able to make some of those rooms a reality. Or at least the 45 that we have here, she made them a reality because they exist as they looked. And then maybe throughout Herbert's life and Thomas's life, they created the rest of the rooms, and then they created the upgrades and stuff like that. It seems like this basic, like, not basic, this rough draft house is Lady Orve's whole dream, and she didn't have time to make it a reality, at least from what I'm seeing, because she said in the letter that we found in the library, I had a whole lot of dreams, or a whole lot of plans, but not enough dreams, or something like that. So she couldn't make her dreams a reality. She had the plans. That was really it. And then it seems like they kind of built on it over time and over time. And we did our own version of that, because we upgraded the throne room to the Throne of the Blue Prince, like, through us ascending the throne or whatever. Like, of course, it was kind of goaded on by Mary and Herbert, but, you know, there was definitely, like, a kind of process, and maybe this was kind of a nudge to Simon to say, like, you know, you can create these rooms, you can change them however you want. It's your place now. You don't have to leave things exactly as they are. You might want to leave things exactly as they are, but don't be afraid to, like, make changes as you need. It's like Herbert said in the letter that we just read. Life is about growth. Life is about change. You're constantly changing and growing and learning, even as you get up into, like, elderly age. And it is really like it's hard to, like, put my words together right now, but it is really a constant thing of, like, hey, don't be afraid to, like, you can leave some things as they are, you can change some things. Don't be afraid to assess each thing as it is and say, you know, maybe we can upgrade the pool a little bit. Maybe we can take out the trunks that are in there for no reason. Maybe we can add some handrails on the side. Like, you know, maybe we can make it deeper. I don't know. Just don't be afraid to do that, and then don't be afraid to be like, well, that might be excessive, you know. But I do love the message in the game of, like, you know, there's always room for growth, there's always room for learning, there's always room for you to find out some stuff that, like, other people just couldn't, like, because Herbert, because Herbert was stuck. Herbert was like, I can't figure this part out, and he still wrote out everything, and he still had everything cataloged. Like, he had it down. He wrote his thoughts down, and he was like, hey, if anybody can figure this out, here you go. And then when Simon came in and finally found it, he was able to do it. There's always room for growth. There's always room for learning. There's always room for, like, thinking outside the box, you know? Tackling a problem in a way that no one had thought before. And then now it's a problem that is solved. Like, that's just so interesting to me. But Yeah, I love that message in this game. And like a very good overarching theme of not forgetting the past, but also not being trapped by it. Simon has the very like special and unique opportunity to learn about a horrible thing that happened in the world and like full literal oppression and everything, and he's able to be like, that is shitty and I don't have to live through it, and I am thankful for that. And like he has that opportunity to be able to like not be super driven by it, because there's all kinds of examples in media, right, of like these horrible things that happen in life or in the world that are just driving everybody's every single action to the extreme. To bring up like Avatar, I just rewatched the episode with Jet, the first one, and like his whole thing was that he had a horrible thing happen to him. I'm not discounting that. His entire family died. Like that's he was very young. His parents were killed in front of him. That's like part of the Avatar lore. He then decided, not decided. He was so captivated by the grief of that that he kind of lost sight of the goal and the point, and he ended up being somebody who almost like wiped out an entire village of people in the name of a peace that he couldn't even understand anymore. I think that kind of lesson is ringing through. I might be rambling a little bit at this point. There's so many thoughts going through my head at once. I'm trying to organize them, but I don't think I really can. So, hey y'all, this is Editing Medio. I realized that while I was editing the video that you are watching currently, I couldn't get my thoughts across very well. So I wanted to just take the time to like actually go through my thoughts. I left in everything that I was kind of saying before, just in case it kind of resonates with anybody and they can figure out what the fuck I was saying. But I wanted to give you all a more well thought out and like full description of my thoughts and feelings about the game. So the first thing, just to get it out of the way, I really don't know what I was saying about Avatar and about Jet. I think the point that I was trying to get across is about not forgetting the past, but also not being trapped by it. We need to be able to know about the things that happen, but also not be paralyzed by any responsibility or fear we might feel by that. There are definitely some things in the world today that are being kind of pushed to the side. The example that I can think of is like seeing some American history books rewriting the Trail of Tears to say that it was more of a like voluntary thing from Native Americans to try to shield them from the reality of the world, is kind of the rationale that they use for that. And while that may or may not be true, I don't know. That's kind of the point that I was thinking of when I was saying this, I think. Like, we need to be able to understand the things that happened, but also not stay so focused on it that it affects our actions in the world today. That's kind of what I think I was thinking at this point. I don't know if I agree with that right now, because I think these are two very different experiences. I think the whole thing was totally different. Jet and Simon had two different, very, very different experiences, is how I'll say it. I think really it was just that I was fresh off that episode and it was just front of mind, so I was trying to tie it in, and I think I tried too hard, and you know, the knot didn't come out right, and it just ended up being super disjointed and did not make sense. So, yeah. So I think the thing that I was trying to do there, again, I don't know if I fully agree with it right now that I have the benefit of retrospection. But I do kind of think there should be a general idea of like, we need to know what happened in the past. It's like, it's that thing of, if you don't learn the past, you're doomed to repeat it. If you don't learn history, you're doomed to repeat it, kind of thing. And that's kind of what it is, but it also is, it's multifaceted. It's complicated. It's a different thing. And like, you should know about the past, but sometimes that past can be paralyzing, and sometimes that past can be everything that you think about. And that's it's just a balancing act, like most things. Yeah, it's a balancing act. I think that's where I want to leave it. It's kind of hard to try to get into the mindset of how you were when you already didn't have a lot of sleep, and also I was just off the stress of like a couple different things, and I was trying out a new medication, and it was not sitting well. So, take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if I fully agree with it. I need to think a little more on that, but I did want to get out my actual thoughts about the game. So, first, I want to talk about the things that I kind of thought about, the questions that I had at the end. The first question that I had, did Herbert actually have a room 46, or did he understand Orive's message and fake it to kind of fake not knowing it to urge Simon along? In short, I think he did fake it. There's a couple different pieces of evidence that, like, I think if you combine it all, it paints a strong picture of Simon and Mary, or not Simon, Herbert and Mary knowing what Orive was thinking, or like having the pieces. And I have a strong doubt in my mind that they wouldn't have been able to put it together. So the first thing that I think about, the archive key for the hint that we got about the numeric course, it was in the tunnel that Mary or Herbert, one of them, I don't know who did it, one of them left a book at the end of that tunnel. They would have had to have known about that archive key in some way. Either one of them left it there, or they knew it was there. Well, they would have had to leave it there. But what I'm saying is, like, they either put it there or they knew about its existence. There's no world that I can see where they just ignored an archive key, Because especially Herbert is like obsessed with the mysteries of the mansion. That's like what he was doing. He wanted to know more, and he always was striving to learn a little more about the house, about the history, everything. So, like, I think that there's no way that Herbert would have been able to pass up that archive key. I think maybe he could have picked it up and tried it, and then maybe he could have been like, I couldn't find a place for it, whatever. I don't think I just don't see a world where that happens. Like I said, he would have known about the locked file cabinet because he was supervising the dig into the mountain. He was supervising the build of the gear puzzle, and he was there, maybe not down there, but he knew that there was stuff down there that he could have looked through, and he was kind of in charge. Not in charge. He was kind of requesting all of the supplies moved up. He was heavily involved in that excavation. So, like, he like, in my head, that says that he should have known about the file cabinet. And if he found the file cabinet, and we know he would have found the archive key because it's in the tunnel, there's no way in my head that he wouldn't have been like, let me try it there, and then found the clue. The other thing, like, this isn't specifically about Herbert, but the other point that I had, Mary and Clara also knew about the Does It Never End, and they might have only known about it tangentially. They might have only known that it was part of it, but we have the Does It Never End note in Clara's room, and the denoted inverse clue was originally in the manuscript of A New Clue, and she took it out. I don't think she would have put it in or took it out unless she knew exactly what it was for. And maybe she didn't want Margle getting close at all. Like, not even in the realm of possibility of finding anything about Orive. So maybe that's why she took it out. Because it would have been an obvious clue to us. If it was in that book, it would have been an obvious clue to us to say, like, oh, it's an anagram. What does that mean? And then we kind of get to the point of that, which I want to make a point about that later, because I do think there is an anagram that does work that I don't think I've seen a lot of people talk about, and maybe I'm just behind, but I do want to get it out there because I think it's a cool idea. But the thing is, like, those two knew about it, and Mary knew that it was important to someone, I guess is my point. So I'm, like, guessing that they probably knew that it was important to Orive. And I think maybe that they did have some kind of knowledge about Orive's puzzles, about Orive's goals, and they realized this would be a really good hint for Simon. Mary knew it was a good clue, so she put it in with the rest of the anagrams. I think it's an anagram. I might be using the wrong word, but you know what I mean. So she put it in with the rest of those, and then she was like, wait, that might give Margall exactly what he needs to get to certain other things. Let's not do that. Let's take it out, because this book is for Margall and the manuscript is for Simon. That's the whole like truth of it. So yeah, I think they definitely knew about it. I think it was a nice like thing to do for Simon, because he said before in his like intro letter, when you get the inheritance, he says like, I didn't have a goal to strive for. I didn't have my own like thing to do. I didn't have my 46. I think that is a good lie to kind of urge Simon along on the path to get to, you know, whatever he was going to do next. I don't think Herbert even could guarantee that Simon would actually find Orovay's thing. But either way, it was a way for him to kind of say, keep looking for different things. And, you know, he left some things behind. Oh, excuse me. He left some clues behind to kind of give him his first little taste of like, oh, I found this on my own. Like, I did this. I know I can do this now. I don't need Herbert's clues to leave behind. Even though he did leave the clue, he didn't leave clues in obvious ways. He was able to kind of give Simon a sense of confidence that he didn't have when he became the Baron, by giving him this way of saying, like, I found this information on my own. I took information from multiple sources and pooled them together and found this extra little bit of puzzle, this little bit of information, this little bit of reward on my own. And that's kind of what I think the point was. I think the point was to give Simon the confidence to be able to keep improving and keep growing. And that's another point that I'm going to get to later. All right, question number 2 on mine. I always kind of wondered when we first saw it, who posted the solution to the painting puzzle on the staff announcements? I think there are 2 very like clear possibilities here. The easy answer here, I think, is Anne Babbage. There could have been some kind of message that Herbert left for Anne, maybe saying like, hey, if after a certain number of days you guys aren't back on the manor, post this anonymously. Find a way to post this anonymously, and probably through Randolph, I'm not going to lie. But find a way to post this solution anonymously so that if Simon is stuck at this point, he kind of has the solution to keep going. That's kind of the answer that makes the most sense to me, because Anne would be able to easily monitor Simon's progress and see like what is actually happening, what he's working on, what kind of changes are made in the house, things like that. The fun answer, the cool answer that I think should be the answer, even if it's not, I think it should be Mary. And my theory on that, Mary does have a history of some kind of technical prowess, and like she could have had help from Randolph, she could have had some other things, but she has the ability to come up with a way to say, to kind of manipulate the computers themselves, manipulate logs, manipulate these different things to set things up. She faked her own death for Margall by having Randolph create these fake accounts, coming up with the messages, faking the logs, all of that stuff. I think there's a very easy world where Mary has a setup from Randolph with some access to the staff announcements, because we know it's not locked to the site, because the staff are posting it when they're off site from the mansion. Multiple members of the staff are posting from this. So like there is a way to do it. I choose to live, that sounds so like sinister. I choose to live in a world where Mary had Randolph set up this access to kind of monitor Simon's progress and to see the boy that she left behind grow and become a more mature, a more complete, a more confident person. And I believe that she would have wanted to see every bit of progress, even if it was just through like the staff announcements or anything like that, or just, you know, something to kind of monitor or give like some kind of support if he needed it. And maybe she jumped the gun a little bit. Maybe she said like, oh, I'm going to post this. And then Anne freaked out because she's like, no one should be posting these. And I don't truly think any of the other members of the staff would even have the power to do that. I guess there is a case to be made for Randolph, because he would be able to do that.
I think, was Randolph the one who was giving the letters in the mail? That's a strong possibility, actually, now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, that is a huge possibility. I'm gonna look this up really quick. Sorry. Wait. Mailroom letters. Letter from Simon's dad. Yeah, they're all Randolph's letters. So Randolph was already in a place to kind of like help Simon. He was in a mood to really give him hints. So maybe this is like one of the ways that he was like, this solution I've found is like this is a big part of it. Like this is something that I found just from like, this is something that I want to give you. That's kind of what I was saying. This is something that I want to give you because I think you might be stuck and I want to be able to help you out. And maybe he couldn't help himself. There was one of the early letters. He says like, I'm sorry if this is too much. I just can't help myself. I want to see you succeed, kind of thing. So yeah, there's a strong third possibility of Randolph having a part in that. But I think Mary is still the most fun answer, the most interesting answer to me, because I guess my idea of the game was that we were going to find Mary and maybe reunite with her. Maybe there'd be like a cutscene where we finally see her again and know that she's alive. I think the game kind of is left open, is left open on purpose, and that's fine. I don't have any qualms about that. I just know that in my head I would have wanted some kind of like, oh my god, they reunited, like yay. But yeah, so that's who I think. I like to think that Mary did it. I think I want to go through with that theory because the staff announcements having that one solution come up super late was pretty funny, but it's also like, how are you able to post that completely with no name? Like everybody else had a name attached to it. So I believe Randolph or Mary would have been the ones to do it. Mary is like the most fun way. Question number 3. Does it never end? This anagram is very interesting. I didn't know when this was going to come up ever. It just kind of was a note in Lady Clara's room, or Lady Epson's room. And then it was the denoted in verse in the music room. And then tended rosevine in the library. That was the new one that was there. And I'm interested to, like, there's probably so many different anagrams that you can pull out of it. But the one that stuck out to me, I had... when I looked at mine, excuse me. God, my throat is dry. Sorry about that. But when I looked at mine, I had 2 solutions that I came up with, and they're kind of very similar. But I had over-tended sign, spelled like the math function, and overt-ended sign, spelled like the math function. Now, the first one, over-tended sign, kind of meant to me that, like, hold on, I got ahead of myself a little bit. The sign, as in the math function, I did change to sign as in like a picket sign, like a wooden sign, because I know that Herbert loves wordplay, and Orve and Herbert do love wordplay. I think Herbert loves it a little more, and Orve was more focused on like the numbers, but she still has some kind of a capacity for wordplay from what I remember. I think that if we change sign to sign, like a sign, like a stop sign, it changes the meaning of what we have. And like when we look at overtended sign, it's something that is overtended, it's overcared for, it's well used, it's that kind of thing. And my idea there was about like the message that was on the wall. Wait, hold on. I might be rethinking my own theory because we didn't actually use it that much. The message on the wall in the hideout or the hideaway or whatever it was called, I can't remember right now, but in the station, that's it. It was about a major We seek what's in the shade of truth. Yeah. We seek what's in the shade of truth is the thing that we were talking about. And I think that, yeah, I think that could be an overtended sign, actually. It was well used. It was well worn. That's such an open-ended thing. Hint for later. That's such an open-ended phrase that it kind of becomes a thing that we can use multiple times throughout the game. It's we seek what's in the shade of truth. Oh, well, we found out what happened to Orinda Ares. We found out what happened to, like, the crown. We found out that the crown was part of Mary's life, Mary's whole thing, and Mary's secret operation to steal the crown back from Fen Ares and make it blue. And the secret of Mount Holly's, like, power is, like, another kind of hidden in the shade of truth kind of thing. It's basically just about finding secrets and that kind of thing. So it applies super well to that. The other thing is overt-ended sign. Overt meaning open-ended. And I think that's exactly what it becomes. The entire game is an open-ended sign. Everything that we learn in the game is an open-ended sign. There are so many things throughout the game that we can kind of apply in different ways and make our own logical leaps to it. Not leaps, but like, logical connections and figure out what kind of things happen in the games, figure out how to solve puzzles in different ways. Like there's so many things in the game that are just an open-ended sign. That's by design. That's how they did it. And I think they did it so wonderfully. And then to put in the game a thing that's kind of suggesting, hey, this final thing that you never solved, it's also an open-ended sign. Like, that's what it is. It's open-ended. We interpret it in our own ways. And I love how they did it. It's so interesting to think about because, like, especially when I play other games like board games and stuff, I'm always thinking about how people are thinking. And an open-ended sign is perfect for that because you kind of get people's thought processes you kind of get more about people's thought processes and you're able to see how they reached conclusions that they reached. You're able to kind of see more of how their specific brain pattern actually works. And it's so interesting to me. And I think this game, the reason that I love this game so much is because I was able to kind of see different people and their different ways of thinking and like the way that they tackle certain problems. And, I even learned a little bit more about myself. I'm bad at wordplay, apparently. If we count small gates, I was apparently pretty damn bad at that. Oh, man. Yeah, so that was my whole thing on Does It Never End. I really think that it never does because it is an open-ended sign. And I don't know what Tended Rose Vine means, but I think the rest of them all kind of tie back into each other. Yeah, I think the meaning of the phrase "does it never end" is really, it's about the game because you really don't know if it ever ends. I had to look it up. Y'all saw that. But also it's saying like everything is open-ended. That's the beauty of the game. We built this entire game as an open-ended sign. You decide when it ends. That's another thing that I love about this game. You decide when it ends. You decide whether or not you figure out Orive's puzzles, or maybe you just reach 46 and call it a day. Maybe you never get the Sanctum keys. Maybe you never learn more about the world. There are multiple endpoints in this game. So you really are left wondering, does it never end? Does it keep going? Do you keep learning more things? And you always can. But we'll get to that later. Yeah, so those are my 3 questions for the game, I think. I think there are other ones, but those are the 3 that were burning in my mind as like, ooh, I really want to talk about this. I really want to get my opinion out on this. The other things that I wanted to talk about are the lessons that I kind of see in the game, the overarching themes and the things that I want to pull out as like, this is what I think the game does a good job of explaining. Excuse me. The first one is a little, I don't want to say existential, but like it's a lot to think about. There's a lot of different things that you can think about when you're looking at this, but I wanted to talk about parental responsibility and the desire to change the world for the better. This is kind of something that's always been ingrained in me, so maybe I'm like super able to see it, but like there are lines from like media that really came out when I was kind of playing this game. In my head, I was constantly thinking these, like, from Hamilton. It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see. I recently listened to Inside again, and a line really stuck with me. I want to help to leave this world better than I found it. I think one of the things that this game shows very well in the stories of Mary and Oreve and Herbert, it's about leaving things behind to kind of help future generations and to help them kind of learn how to make things better for themselves. It's having faith in the people who follow you, the generations that follow, to complete what you might not have finished despite your best efforts. Now, I know we talked about earlier Herbert faking his not knowing about Oreve's will, or like Oreve's 46, Oreve's message at all, really. But I think that kind of helps to get this lesson across. You're leaving behind. Sometimes you have to leave things behind. Something might tear at you, something that you want to figure out, but you can't figure out. It might eat you up inside. It might destroy you. But there is a point where maybe you are leaving behind, little breadcrumbs for future generations to come in and be able to use. There's a lot of themes around Oreve being able to, or not being able to. Oreve talked about having all the dreams and not enough time, or something like that. I can't fully remember what she said, but that's kind of what I got from it. She left behind the plans. She left behind the rough draft, and that was as far as she got. Herbert then came in and took those plans, or maybe it wasn't Herbert, maybe it was someone else. I can't really confirm that. But the future generations that came after her then took those plans and created a full house based on these rooms and even added more to them. It's not even about picking up where someone left off. It's seeing that and evaluating whether they can pick up where you left off, and then also having the ability to make their own improvements, to change their own, to come up with their own designs. It's kind of what I was saying earlier about why Herbert left the message for Simon, why Herbert kind of urged him along. They wanted him to have the confidence to be able to understand what kind of things that Herbert was working on and Oreve was working on, and be able to finish what they were doing while also having the confidence to keep improving and keep changing and keep learning about the things around you. It's something that, I guess I can go right into the next lesson, actually, because that kind of ties right in perfectly. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, life is a constant cycle of growth and change. It's a constant thing that I have to kind of remind myself of. We're all still growing. No matter how old you are, I don't care how old you are, how sure you are about the things in life. There is always going to be something that you can learn or something that you can improve on. And I think that everybody should be striving to learn and grow and develop as much as possible. Obviously, it's not possible to do that constantly because that's exhausting, and sometimes you need to rest your brain. But I think that most people should be striving to kind of understand things they don't. There's still so many cultures that I don't understand. There's still so many people that I don't understand. And I love to learn more about them. I love to learn more about history and the past, and I love to learn more about language. I love to learn more about the brain. I just love to learn because I think it helps me kind of understand things more. And I think that as you kind of learn more and understand more, you realize that there's always more to understand. I don't ever want to be in a position where I think that I know everything, because that's literally not possible. I never trust anybody who says that I know everything. I know everything I need to know. Don't even need to learn about it. I don't care. I've had that happen before, and I'm I don't understand how you could have that confidence. There's so much shit out there constantly, and not all of it's good. I won't say that all of it is a beautiful development experience. Some of it's terrifying, but that's what it is. That's just what it is. I think we should be more excited about learning. I think we should kind of create environments for ourselves to keep learning and not just walk into a new situation and expect to know exactly what to do. I think that's an unfair standard for everybody in the world. I think that people kind of put everybody in that situation where, you know, you walk into a new workplace and somebody expects you to know everything and anything and everything the first day. And it's like, no, that's literally impossible. I could have done all of your training and I will know like 10% of it max. Yeah, I think that the thing about this game is that it was like I said, it was an encouragement to get Simon to be like, hey, there's always more for you to learn. Keep seeking out mysteries, keep seeking out things to learn about the world, keep seeking out people, keep seeking out questions, keep questioning things, and keep being a curious person and somebody who really wants to make change in the world, make change for the better. I did also forget to say there is a balance to this. I kind of got on a soapbox a little bit, but I'm on stage, so whatever. There is a balance to it. Like some things might not need to change at the time. Each case is different. I kind of talked about that when I was walking through in the actual gameplay. Some things might not need to change, but each case should be considered. You should be able to look at a case and say like, oh, well, we can make little improvements here, or like, you know, we can keep things the way they are. They're perfectly fine right now, and be able to take each of those cases and have full faith in that, you know, you're learning more and you're growing, even if you don't change the thing that you're talking about, if that makes sense. This might be the point where I hit the rambling point and I kind of am losing my train of thought, but I think that was a good way of getting my thoughts across. I think, yeah, I love this game so much. I think that they did such a good job of like conveying the messages that I was seeing, the parental responsibility, like I said, and wanting to leave the world better than you found it. That's the kind of the phrase that's stuck in my head right now is I think that in a perfect world, everyone would want to leave the world better than they found it. And there's all kinds of situations that can change your mindset and make it so that maybe you don't agree with that. I don't know. I'm not qualified to kind of speak on those, but I think in a perfect world, we would all see things and want to be like, hey, I think we can do this better. Or, you know, that's not the best way to do that for this group. Let's change it. That kind of thing. Yeah, wow. Beautiful game. That's all I'm gonna be talking about. I think there's probably gonna be more thoughts that I have on this, and maybe I'll do like another check-in in the future just to kind of let the information sit and be able to really digest more of it, maybe watch a few other people's opinions and see if my opinions change on some stuff, but I think that's where we'll leave it for today. Yeah, with that, I will toss you back to past Medio in the middle of the gameplay for one final little note for Blue Prince. Bye, y'all. With all of that said, the last thing that I wanted to do in the final note of Blue Prince is to read the Blue Prince book that Mary wrote for us all over again. And now we can actually do it because we have reached the end of our journey. So this is the end of our journey. And we're going to read again. The Blue Prince by Mary Matthew Jones. To my son Simon, in whose eyes I saw the world anew. There was a blue prince who sat on a blue throne. He had a blue crown made of sapphires and a blue castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things blue. It's the only true color, in my humble view. He couldn't stand the tint of a hallway or a shop. He couldn't stand the shade of trees the green rooms brought. He seldom talked to others, for they rarely shared this view. He never went to town, nor saw the flags they flew. And do you know which game the prince instead would play? The one that made him happy whenever skies were gray. A game he had played
in the house and on the grounds, and maybe you can guess from the clues that we have found. It was a game full of rooms, and the stories that we climb about a house full of lies and the truth that one prince finds. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this game is quite near you. In fact, in the same room. A game about you and the plans that you made. About a blue prince and his blueprints. The blue game we just played. The end.